Hey everyone, I'm Rick here today. I'm going to be doing my top 5 albums of February. It's been a pretty crazy month. I couldn't believe how many great albums came out this month, but let's get this going. Just going by dates. First album I have here is Morbid Saint, Swallowed by Hell. This was released on February 9th on High Roller Records. Yeah, these Death Thrashers are back after 30 years with their third album. It's fast, it's ruthless, it's an awesome thrash metal album. From the opening track, Rise from the Ashes, to the last track, Psychosis. This album will just melt your face off, so it deserves to be on my top 5. Might even end up in my end of the year list. We'll see. Second album I have here is Refor, Illusion of Existence. This was released on February 16th. This is a thrash metal band from Czech Republic. This is just pure and simple old school thrash metal done right. If you like early Sepultura, Creator, you'll definitely love this. The title track is pretty killer song. Blind World is another killer track, and Life Forgotten is killer as well. Third album I have on my list is Blaze Bayley, Circle of Stone. This was released on February 23rd. I mean, we should all know who Blaze Bayley is, and you know, he took over Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden from 1994 to 1999. Since then, he's released a number of solo albums. This new album, this being the 11th album that he's released. I mean, I really love Bailey's passion. He's very passionate. I admire that. He keeps fighting. You know, he could have probably hung it up, you know, after 1999, but he didn't. He hung in there, and he's still writing music. So, I mean, this guy could really write some killer and hooky songs. Listen to this album. It's just pure heavy metal glory. Check out Rage, the song Rage on there. This is where the album starts to kind of take off and really start being really good, I guess you could say. Just really started to take off after the third song, Rage. Like it was a great track. The title track is a banger as well. It keeps that traditional heavy metal sound alive. There's also a beautiful track with a duet called Until We Meet Again. I think it's just a great, passionate album. Check this out. Blaze Bayley, Circle of Stone. Check it out. Fourth album I have here is Darkest Hour, Perpetual Terminal. This was released on February 23rd as well on MNRK Records. These guys are from Washington, D.C. This is a metalcore band releasing their 10th studio album. I was never really into this band, even though I do like some metalcore stuff. I did have I think the first couple albums. I just never really got into it. The problem for me was the vocals. It just sounded too whiny for me. But on this album, the vocalist John Henry, he has a lower tone on this album, more like Psychosis, Josh Middleton. It has more of a raspiness, lower tone to it. You know, more like a metalcore. I mean, more like a melodic death metal style, which I enjoy on this. So yeah, the title track is heavy and catchy. There's a punch on this album, to be honest. It has like an In Flames meets Psychosis vibe to it. Like I said before, the vocalist John Henry sounds like Josh Middleton from Psychosis, and the music has that In Flames like metal death vibe to it, which is pretty cool. So you know, and just like those bands who released albums last year, this album has that melodic light moments to it, and it happens like It's like the first half is very heavy, and then there's a couple lighter tracks in the middle, and then there's a couple fillers towards the end of it. I think the album finishes strong with a couple tracks on there. Yeah, if you're a fan of Darkest Hour, you should be really happy with this album. I enjoyed it. It's the first album that I really liked about this band. So yeah, Darkest Hour, Perpetual Terminal. Check it out. And then number 5 is Job for a Cowboy, Moon Healer. This was released on February 24th on Metal Blade. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I'm never calling this band Job for a Cowgirl ever again. Their last album, which was like about 10 years ago, Sun Eater, that album was like a progressive death metal masterpiece. It's a great album. If you haven't listened to Sun Eater, please do so. Now this album, Moon Healer, is like the sister to the Sun Eater album. The two go hand in hand. I mean, this album is brutal, it's technical, it's progressive, it has this dissonant moments on it, and it has John Davey doing his thing on vocals. It's amazing. It's an amazing album. I listened to this album like 3 or 4 times in a row the day it was released, and I think this album and Sun Eater are going to be like essential death metal listens. I think, yeah, I think, or it will be. It's just an awesome album. Listen to this album. Listen to Sun Eater. You know, I mean, this band kind of gets shit on for being a deathcore band, but they're not a deathcore band. I think their first EP was a deathcore album, but they've evolved, they've changed. They're more of like progressive death. They're more like a progressive technical death metal band now. They can do anything. So albums that are coming out in March, we have on March 8th we have Midnight Hellish Expectations that's coming out. We have Messiah that's coming out with a new album on High Roller. Exhorter is coming out with an album as well for March 8th. The Absinthe, it's a subtitle album, coming out on March 29th. Everybody knows that Judas Priest, Invincible Shield is coming out on March 8th. Skeletal Remains is coming out with an album on March 8th, and Aborted coming out with an album on March 15th. And another album that I can't wait for is Suicidal Angel, Profane Prayer. It's coming out on March 1st. That I can't wait for that one. I already pre-ordered for that album. And remember, everybody, metal never dies. Cheers.